Something doesn't smell right about Mrs. Butlins. You can say that again, exclaimed Zoe with a giggle. Once inside the rooms that they had been assigned, the Doctor used his sonic to access the ship's computer to find out where they were. The TARDIS had landed on board the Royal Space Cruiser Starlight, which was taking Princess Triana of the Ceta Federation and her stepmother, the Queen Regent, on an official Christmas visit to the planet Luxona. He couldn't spot anything obviously amiss, but there was something nagging him about the less-than-fragrant Mrs. Butlins, and the Doctor wanted to know what it was. He decided to investigate. Meanwhile, Zoe decided to explore the ship and found her way to the observation gallery, a small room accessed by a staircase so steep that it was almost a ladder. It had a number of seats set out beneath a thick, transparent domed ceiling through which the stars could be seen as the ship hurtled through interstellar space. Zoe always enjoyed such views. She liked the challenge of trying to calculate how many stars were visible and how far away they were from each other. One thing she regretted about travel by TARDIS was the lack of portholes. "Beautiful, isn't it?" said a voice behind her. Zoe turned and saw that she had been joined by a tall, elegant teenager in a regal blue gown with an ermine trim. She must be the princess who Mrs. Butlins mentioned, thought Zoe, quickly rising to her feet. "Your Highness," she began, attempting a curtsy. "Oh, please don't," said the princess. "Just call me Triana." Zoe introduced herself, keeping to the actor cover story. To her dismay, the princess was fascinated. Zoe did her best to answer the princess's many questions in character. Within minutes, Zoe could tell that the princess was lonely and lacked friends her own age. Triana explained that she led a relatively solitary life, devoted to duty. Her mother had died in childbirth, and her father, King Erdegreth, had soon remarried. When Triana was 5, her father was killed when he fell from his horse on a hunting trip, and his second wife, Lady Vaccine, had become Queen Regent. Since then, every waking moment had been spent preparing Triana for the day when she would become queen, on her 18th birthday. "And when do you turn 18? asked Zoe. "That's just it. I had my 18th birthday 6 months ago." "Yet your stepmother still rules as Queen Regent." Triana nodded, the silver and gold coronet in her hair glistening as it caught the light. "There has been a small technicality that has delayed my coronation. The Ceta Federation is a union of 5 planets across 2 neighbouring star systems, all under the rule of our family. I should have been born on my family's home planet of Ceta Major," she told Zoe. "But my mother went into labour early, while she and my father were on Luxona dealing with a miners' strike. I need the official records of my birth from the hospital on Luxona to ratify my coronation." "And that's what we are travelling to collect?" Zoe asked. "That, and, just as importantly, the other half of this." She showed Zoe a pendant that hung on a chain round her neck. Looking at it more closely, Zoe could see that the pendant was a bubble made of some kind of clear material that contained half of a silver ring. "My father's royal seal," Triana explained. "The ring has been handed down through the generations of my family. It is a symbol of our royal authority." "But why is there only half of it?" "When I was born, my father ordered his ring to be cut in half, and had one half placed in this pendant as a gift to me. And his half in a matching pendant, which he wore from that day on until he died." "I'm sorry," said Zoe. "Don't be. I hardly knew him, and from what I've heard, I'm not sure I would have liked him. After the Luxonian Rebellion 25 years ago, he made them pay a terrible price. If I become queen, I hope to make things better for the people of Luxona." "So what happened to his pendant?" "It was lost when he died, but it's recently been found again and handed in to the authorities. The Luxonian people will present it to me as a Christmas gift, and after my coronation I will lift the taxes that have forced them to ravage their beautiful planet through strip mining." Jamie had been given the task of spying on the Queen Regent. He had found her in the spaceship's main lounge.